So, guys, what's going on? So, I wanted to show you a place that I pass by every now and then, and I never stopped to really look at it. It's Edgar Allan Poe Cottage, or it was the home of Edgar Allan Poe. It was built in 1812, and they made it a national landmark. It's a park. This is in New York City. It's in the Bronx. It's on the Grand Concourse of the Bronx. Trust me, it's nowhere you want to be, but it is very interesting. Now, this cottage was in a different section of the Bronx. It was like a couple of blocks away, but they moved it here and they made it a national landmark. They made it a park. And there's kind of almost like a little museum shop that's next to it. I've never seen it open. Now, I'm here all the time. I'm always in this part of the Bronx. I go in and out and I pass it. I've never really stopped to take a look at it. When I was a kid and going to school, they used to talk about this because you used to read things by Edgar Allan Poe. And they used to say, he lived in the Bronx. He did. He lived here for a couple of years. And you can go and visit this house. They have tours in this house where they have old furniture, like it's the furniture he was using, a bed, a writing table, and you really get to see how he lived. And this is back from the 1800s. Now, in addition to the tours that they give certain days a week, there's a phone number that you can call. You can see it right there when I put the sign up. You can call that number 24 hours a day. And they actually give you a guided tour of the house, but through the phone. I guess you can look at pictures through its website, but they explain to you, what's going on in the house, what the furniture means, certain parts of the house, and that's very, very cool. There are a lot of schools that come here. People come here from all over. If you come here, you'll see people from all sorts of different states in this neighborhood. And this isn't the type of neighborhood that you would just come to. I don't know how else to put it, but you'll find like somebody here from Texas walking around and they're going to the Edgar Allan Poe house just because they're a fan of Edgar Allan Poe and they want to see, one of his houses. He had two houses. One was here, one was somewhere else. I believe in Maryland. Sometimes during the holidays, they'll do things at this house, usually around Halloween, and also during Christmas, they'll be doing things in this park, and they'll do things that will kind of go along with the house. They'll do readings, things like that. So it's pretty cool. The park itself, I would stay out of it unless something is going on. I wouldn't just waltz into this park. I've gone into this park a couple of times. You really don't want to be in this park if you don't have to be. I guess that's the best way to put it. The Grand Concourse, where this house is right in the middle. You can go to two places. If you keep going south, you'll hit Manhattan. Manhattan is 5 minutes away. And then if you go north, if you go up Fordham Road, you are near Arthur Avenue, which has great restaurants, the Bronx Zoo, the Botanical Garden. So this house is maybe 5 or 10 minutes away from the Bronx Zoo and the Botanical Gardens. Now, if you go the other direction, you're heading towards Jerome Avenue, and you'll be in Manhattan. You can go towards Manhattan. The Cross Bronx is right there. So you could jump on the Cross Bronx or the Major Deegan, and you can, pull into Manhattan and go to Times Square. This is something that's very cool, and I figured I share it. It's also something that it's existing, it's here, and you might pass it every day, but you really don't acknowledge it, how significant or special it is, just because it's there. So it's like, that's the thing I pass every day, but it's really something spectacular. If you're ever in New York City, if you're ever in the Bronx, you might want to take a visit here. Even if you don't get out of the car, you just want to do a drive-by, that's fine, where you can just kind of drive and see the house as you're driving down the Grand Concourse. If you're visiting the Bronx, you definitely want to visit the Bronx Zoo or the Botanical Gardens. Both are spectacular. And you want to visit Arthur Avenue. There's restaurants and pastry shops on Arthur Avenue that are some of the best in New York City. There is a pastry shop that I go to on Arthur Avenue. I have to do a video on it, that probably has the best pastries. I don't know how else to put it. I don't care what you're buying, whether it's some sort of cannoli or cake or even flan. I mean, it's outrageous. And I go to this pastry shop every time I have to come into this area and do something and meet someone. So that's really it. I figured I'd share it. Please leave a comment below if you know anything more about this house. Now, I've never been inside this house. This is open certain days for certain hours, and usually when I'm around here, it's closed. I think if I ever come here and I'm around this area and this, it's open and they're doing tours or they have the guides here, I probably would like to go into this house. I've seen pictures on the internet. There is a website. I don't know if it's called Edgar Allan Poe Cottage or Edgar Allan Poe House. It's something like that. If you Google it, you'll find it. And they do a fantastic tour. It's, I think, 2 flights, this house, where they walk you around. Again, they show you the furniture. They show you where he slept and where he wrote. He wrote a couple of poems. I don't know if he wrote a story, but he wrote a couple of poems in this house, and what he would do and just how he lived. And it's very, very, very cool. And that's it. All right, guys, like, subscribe, and comment. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.